Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.
Great day, everyone. This is Dolores Williams with Divine Connections, and welcome everyone. Feel free to like and share. And as we go through this broadcast with the special guest, if you have questions, make sure you put them in the comments. And so let's go over some Divine Connections news. It is March, and no, it's April. It's April now. And so we have our quarterly magazine out. If you have not seen it, this is Miss Maxine Phillips here on the front, and then on the back we have the Year of the Entrepreneur, Ryan and Ray. Great connections of people that's making it happen, and we want you to get a copy of that so you can get connected with resources and connect with people. Go to divineconnectionsmagazine.com/subscriptions and get you a hard copy, or you can get digital copy as well. So the next Divine Connection news is September 11th is coming. I am so excited because Divine Connections will be celebrating the 11th year of our publication. So if you're interested and you would like to be a vendor, please make sure to send me a message via text or email 336-338-8903. And we have gospel groups, we'll have praise team and mimes and vendors. So we'll network and worship together. Also, the next news that we have on board is if your business or your church or your pastor or you're an author and you need a 30-second commercial done, we do that here at Divine Connections. So we want to help maximize opportunity that you have and send out the message to the masses of what you are doing. So if you're looking, or if you need a 30-second or a 60-second commercial, make sure to email me for details. Awesome. The next on our agenda is sponsorship. If you would like to be on Divine Connection show and you have a 30-second commercial, or we can create one for you, and you would like to be a sponsor, make sure you stay connected with Divine Connections and let me know that you're interested in being a sponsor and being on Divine Connection show so we can help spread your good news. And you know, next month is May. It's coming around really fast. It's Mother's Day, so Divine Connection is doing Mother's Day campaign, and my goal is to honor 100 mothers for the best mom ever. If you have the best mom ever and she is your Divine Connections has put together a small beneficial package that just to let her know that she's appreciated, she is loved, and she'll be featured in the magazine. And so I will need a picture, a paragraph of why your mom is the best mom ever. And for more information, just go to bit.ly/mom my Divine Connections. Awesome. Next, we have sponsorship available. If you have a business that has Mother's Day gifts and you would like one of your products to go to one of the mothers on the list, or you could be a sponsor and just go to bit.ly/Mother's Day sponsor. You could send a gift to one of our mothers on the list, and then you will also be directed in the directory of divine connections. So I am so excited on today. I have a special guest that's coming your way. Meanwhile, do this for me. Make sure you people log on, make sure you like, make sure you share. If you're a business owner and you need some finances, well, we have some information for you today. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So meanwhile, stay connected with Divine Connections. Go to our platforms. DivineConnectionsMagazine.com is our website for more information. Go to Facebook and like us at Divine Connections Marketing. Great things are going to come on that business page, so make sure you go and like Divine Connections Marketing. Next, we have Instagram at Divine Connections, one word, and then make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Divine Connections. And so with no other further ado, I would like to introduce to you our special guest of the day, Mr. Joe Battle. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hope you are.
Doing awesome, awesome, awesome. So excited to have you on the interview today. So tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you do, or tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into it.
Sure. So I'm a Durhamite through and through. Yeah. So I grew up in Durham. Went to Hillside High School, if anybody knows Hillside High School.
Yes.
Yeah, then went straight through, went to Duke University undergrad and grad school. But in terms of faith-based community, my mom was a Baptist minister. So I kind of joke around that she went into ministry later in life, that growing up, she was an educator. She was actually the assistant principal at my high school at Hillside. So I couldn't get away with anything in high school. And then she became a minister, and then she got God on her side, and I couldn't get away with anything as an adult.
What's such a hard life? Such a hard life.
Yeah. But I'm with a organization, a nonprofit that's based in Raleigh, but we work with small business owners all across the state, and we lend money to small business owners. If there are small business owners, watching, you'll, I'm sure, appreciate the challenges of getting the money that you need to start your business or grow your business, particularly if you're African American, if you're an underserved community. There's a lot of structural injustice out there in terms of folks not being able to access money historically. And as a mission-based lender, that's what we're called to do. We're called to, help those communities, help those small business owners who've been excluded in the past. But we're still a lender. So we still have an expectation that we're going to get the loans that we make are going to get paid back. So we do go through an underwriting process where, we're going to look at things like your credit history. If you're an existing business, your current financials, to make sure that you have a good chance of, producing enough business income to pay us back. But we're a mission-based lender, so we can be somewhat more flexible than, say, a bank or a for-profit lender. And one of the bonuses that you get is, in addition to us lending money, we also provide our borrowers with coaching and advising. And that's actually my role at the organization. So we'll work with people. I'll work with people even before they apply, and help them through that process. And then once we make that loan, I'll stay with them and coach them and advise them. Because again, a lot of folks that we're working with are coming from underserved communities. They didn't grow up, having those kitchen table conversations about, running a small business and how do you manage the cash flow. So a lot of folks that we're working with are skilled. They know how to bake, or maybe they're a welder and they started a business, but it's the business part where they may struggle. So we want to be able to provide capital to those folks, but also coaching and support to those folks.
Awesome. So does a person have to be in business a couple of years before they connect with you?
That's a great question. And that's one of the things that makes us different than some of the for-profit or the banks. For a lot of banks, not all banks, but some banks have a hard and fast rule that unless you have been in business for 2 years and have 2 years of income tax returns, they will not lend to you. That's not the case with us. It's still harder for a startup business to get a loan, though. But with the startup business, we will make those loans. But what we look for or we require is that in addition to income that the business generates, that the owners have to have some income outside of the startup business. So that might be continuing to work your W-2 job while you launch your business, or maybe you have a spouse who's working, or if you're fortunate enough to have like rental income or retirement income, but some source of income outside of the startup business, and we'll consider making those loans.
Yeah, they want to make sure that you got some money coming in so you can pay them back.
Yep. Yeah. Somebody, and I told her I was going to steal this line, is if you expect your startup business to cover your living expenses or to cover, even all the operating expenses, it's like having a baby and expecting the baby to go get a job.
Wow, that's good. I like that scenario. Awesome. So can anybody apply for the loan? Is it online? Is it in person?
Sure. You can go to our website, and it's a real easy address. It's and if there's a chat or anything we can put in, but it's www.cccifund.org is our website. That's www.cccifund.org. And then once you're on our website, you'll see, apply now. And our process is when you fill out.
Right? CCI? I want to make sure I did it right.
Yeah, cccifund.org.
Okay.
And our process is you just fill out a simple contact form on our website. You can do it in 5 minutes. We're not asking for a lot of information up front. And then my teammate, Scott Wolford, who leads our lending side, will give you a call and have a conversation with you and ask more detailed questions. And if it looks like it's a good fit for what we do, that's when we'll send you the complete application. And with the complete application, and this checklist is on the website, we'll be looking for things like income tax returns, personal and business, if it's an existing business. We'll ask for permission to run your credit. We'll ask if you have any assets that you can pledge as collateral to support the loan. And then once we have that completed application, it usually takes us less than a week to say yes or no to the loan application. And if it's a yes, we'll send you a letter with all of the loan terms, and you can agree to that. And that letter will also detail anything that we need to close the loan. In some cases, we might require that the key person gets some insurance, or if there's real estate, there may be an appraisal involved. But we'll detail that in the letter, and depending on how quickly we get all those things, we'll determine how quickly we can close the loan.
Awesome. And did you say if they had to be in North Carolina or could be from anywhere?
It's in North Carolina. We have a lending license in North Carolina.
Okay, awesome. So any other frequent questions that people ask that you might can cover in this session, maybe the other people may have as far as the loan? So it takes about a week to say yes or no, and then how long does it take to get the money?
Sure. It's about a week once we have a completed application. That for a lot of times, the application can get delayed because the borrower, hadn't maybe filed their tax returns, or there's something that we need. So the clock doesn't start for us until we have that completed loan application. Other common questions are loan size. That for us, we're primarily doing loans under $50,000. That we have and will do loans larger than that, but that would be the exception for us to do a larger loan, larger than $50,000.
Mhm. Now, what about the interest rate?
Another good question. So where we fit in is, again, we're trying to help underserved communities, and we're taking more risk, and the interest rate reflects how much risk you're taking. So our interest rates tend to be, one or two points higher than a bank because we're taking more risk. So we're typically in that 8 to 12% range. And what we tell folks is, we're a mission-based lender, and we're trying to help folks get funded. And one of the things that we consider success is if someone works with us and then we call it becoming bankable, that they have the 2 years of tax returns. Now they can walk down the street and go to Wells Fargo and get a small business loan from them. And if you're bankable, you can get more products, better interest rates, better, more products from a for-profit bank than we can offer you. But we consider that a success story if we can help some folks get started and then they become bankable and can access even more, opportunities for capital.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. And so let's see, it can be anybody with any type of business?
Pretty much. The so-called sin businesses, we wouldn't fund those. And I'm sure nobody on this call would be in one of those businesses.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you do consultant as well. Do you do that outside of this business as well? If they just needed consultant or maybe guidance, or you just do everything within the organization?
If you reach us, we're going to try to help you. But in terms of the one-on-one time with us, it's primarily for folks who are applying for loans. But if you connect with us, we'll make sure you get the resources you need. That we're very, very fortunate here in North Carolina to have lots of different support organizations for small business owners. There's the small business centers. Every county in North Carolina, the community college has a small business center, and they do coaching and mentoring, and they have a wealth of classes. There's a statewide agency called the Small Business Technology Development Center. They typically work with medium-sized businesses. There's an organization of volunteers called SCORE, and they have different chapters around the state. There's women's business centers. There's veteran business centers. So if we can't help you, we're kind of plugged into that network, and we want to see people succeed. So we'll work very hard to get you connected to the right resource in the network.
Right. And what is the time frame or short time frame and the longest time frame they have to return the money? It probably varies, but I'm just kind of curious.
It does vary. It depends on the use of the money. Yeah. With the loans being under $50,000, it's typically for equipment or working capital. So those loans tend to be 48 months or 60 months.
Okay. Now, would they use it? Well, is it only for business? What if somebody wanted to buy a house and flip it? No,
we don't do those types of loans. We will fund real estate. I mean, it's unlikely with the $50,000 loan that you're going to purchase real estate. But if you're purchasing real estate and your business is going to be operating out of that building, we will consider those, or we will fund those loans, but not for any kind of real estate investing and flipping.
Okay, awesome. So anything else that you can think of you might want to that you haven't stated yet you want to share?
Sure. I mean, I really encourage folks to consider entrepreneurship and consider being self-employed. I mean, that's how you build generational wealth. And a lot of African Americans, people of color, have been excluded from that wealth building for a lot of reasons. And I encourage folks to step out. But if you're going to step out and start a business, strongly suggest you do your homework first. Like a lot of those agencies that I mentioned, there's a lot of good resources to help you correctly launch your business, learn how to manage your business's finances, how to do the marketing. So don't step out on faith and hope it happens. You have to put the work in to make it happen. And again, we're really blessed here in North Carolina to have lots of different resources. Like you mentioned, my friends over at the Year of the Black Entrepreneur. I mean, that's a wonderful organization. If you're folks watching aren't familiar with it, you should check that out. They have ongoing support that they're providing throughout the year. They're creating a community. So, encourage folks if you're considering entrepreneurship. There you go. Jump out there and connect with the folks that can help you succeed.
Awesome. And the organization he's talking about, the Year of the Entrepreneur, that is YBEHub.com. So you can check that out. That's actually how I met Mr. Joe Battle. He was speaking as one of the speakers there on Tuesday. So definitely check that out. All right. Do you have contact information where people can connect?
Sure. I'll mention the website again, www.ccifund.org. You can, my contact information is out there, but I'll give it as well. It can be reached at the letter J, last name Battle, so J Battle at ccifund.org. And I'd be glad to connect with you. And also, if you go to the website, there's a section that says "Learn with Us," and you can fill out a form, and that form will come to me, and it'll allow you to kind of put in, "Hey, here's my business idea. Here's what I need help with." So I have a little bit of information before we connect.
Awesome. And the last thing, can you share some words of encouragement?
Sure. I'm working from my home right now. If I was in the office, there'd be a poster right behind me of Nelson Mandela. One of his sayings, "There's no easy walk to freedom anywhere." And I think that's applicable to life, but particularly for small business owners. There's not an easy walk to generating generational wealth, but the walk is worth it. But recognize it's going to be hard. But put in that work, and there isn't a reward.
Awesome. Thank you. Again, anything else you want to share before we leave?
No, I'm glad you reached out. I'm glad I could come on today, and I love my work. I'm very blessed to do what I do and work with so many folks who are striving to improve their situation, their family situation, and I get to kind of help them along that journey. And I love what I do. And if I can help anybody who's listening, please reach out and we'll see what we can do.
Awesome. Great information. So connect with Mr. Joe Battle if you need a loan for your business to get you started and make things happen. They work with just a variety of people in North Carolina. So if you need his expertise, his information, how to work on a business, how to kind of help get structured and get funds for your business, make sure you stay connected to Mr. Joe Battle. Awesome. And you saw his website, so go to his website, check it out, get some information, and contact him and go from there. So thank you again, Mr. Joe Battle, for being my guest today. And we look forward to hearing even more from you in the future. And thank you all. So hold tight. We'll hear from my sponsors in just a minute. But this is Mr. Joe Battle, my guest. And I am Dolores Williams with Divine Connections Magazine. Make sure you stay connected to the #1 Divine Connector, which is Jesus Christ. You all have a great day, and we'll hear from our sponsors. Hold on, Joe.
All right.
Hello and welcome to the fabulous world of Dream Builders Realty, where we are fulfilling dreams and lifestyles. My name is Trish Adams and I'm the owner-operator, and I have a fabulous team here to help you with your real estate needs. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, we're here to help you. If you need questions on down payment assistance, if you have credit that's not so great but you need some help with that, we're here. We are your go-to people. So please feel free to reach out and we can help you with any of those needs. And you can contact any of our fabulous agents at 336-770-2712.
Dream Builders!
Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.